from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I accept tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. When I'm there's no way to go, no one that can see through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of desire, was not aware of stuff.
All right, folks, we are back here tonight again, and I want to welcome everybody here for Thursday Night Thunder in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Joe White up here from OSR Network, online simracingnetwork.com. Got Corey up here in the booth with me, and we're also here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We want to welcome you here tonight. This right here is a Thursday Night Thunder, and it's presented by Gambler Motorsports here. Well, let's look real quick here for Tim Chapman Racing pre-race show. And hey, you know, we'll talk about Tim Chapman Racing. They bring all the action from C2C NASCAR Xfinity to Thursday night. So real quick, we don't have anything on the standings, don't have anything like that, but we already going to get over here and swap it over to qualifying real quick. And okay, I guess we're going to have a little qualifying. Look, all right. I got to bear with me. First time I've ever done the Thursday night deal. We did the Hometown Heroes last night. It was kind of cool. So I didn't know we didn't do a qualifying last night. So I didn't know if they were going to do some peel draw tonight. So it looks like we're doing qualifying. And then we'll get into our heat. So while they're doing qualifying, we'll talk a little bit here about maybe what we see. These are the 358s. They are part of the Big Block series. Yes, I was over here talking to Corey. Corey's a dirt man. And we were kind of discussing on... Then if it's 358s that are these considered small block big blocks, then how big are the actual big block motors out here? So, but Corey, man, it's going to be a good show here tonight, I think. Last night, Hometown Heroes, man, we had 305, 360, 410s, and we did some car tour. Looks like the late models last night was a fun night. Tonight, 358s, then we got small block, big block. And then we got some Xfinity cars.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun here on iRacing's newest track, Lincoln Speedway. Starting off in the 358 small block. Oh,
yeah. Well, appreciate everybody tuning in. Up here at the Coast to Coast Racing Network here, YouTube. Check out what we got. So, we'll see what the qualifying is right now. Joseph Grandy, man out front. Looking strong. Strong. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed, man, the broadcast last night. Corey, I know you were probably asleep. You know, hey, I mean, again, if you're looking for a good league, check out Coast to Coast Racing Network. You can check them out on C2CRL.com. That's C2CRL.com. You know, find out all the information you need about it. I mean, they got multiple divisions. I mean, they got Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Don't know if they got Friday night yet, but definitely check them out, C2CRL.com. And yeah, you like dirt, like asphalt, there you go.
Yeah, they definitely got a lot of series up there from Sunday all the way up to Thursday. Road, dirt road, it looks like maybe anything you'd want out there.
Absolutely. Got the Steve King Foundation Pace Truck. Well, Steve King, it's a good little foundation out here. It's formed to help some dirt racers in the community across the country. You know, they provide financial assistance to drivers, pit crews, racing officials, track operators, you know, personnel, or immediate family. Those individuals suffering injuries, death, or anything that involves, obviously, dirt racing. But here we go. Flatline Racing Bodies. Heat race number 1. You want some quality racing bodies produced by former NASCAR regional short track champ Dan Chapman. Check him out in a hotbed of Iowa. Let's grid it up here tonight. Out front, Joseph Grandy's going to start. Got Isaac Celis. Hope I said it right here in a second. John Hine. In a while, but there he is starting in second. Kurt Shatner there in fourth. Alex Pomerleau up in fifth. Bob DeGood sixth. David Ramashi up there in seventh, and Nathan Aldridge rounds out the 8th place spot. So here we go. Flatline Racing Bodies, heat race number 1, and let's hope nobody gets out here and tries to body anybody.
Should be pretty good here. Top 4 to the big dance, 8 laps.
We think we're going to see with these big blocks. I say big blocks, but I might as well say small block, I guess. 358s. What will you think you will see as far as Are the major huge difference between these and, like, let's say, a late model as we get set to go green?
Probably gonna see these cars kind of fan to the bottom a lot more than the big block here later on. Here we go. In the restart zone, Joe.
It. Green flag. Sales, Grandy out front, like you just said. Top 4 go to the feature. Here we are, side-by-side racing. And that 4th place spot's already a hotbed. You got Schatzer right there, Pomalu in the back. Everybody's going side-by-side. Now, you said this is the new track, Lincoln. Not quite familiar myself with it, but looks like, I don't know. We'll have to see if it gets a multi-groove later on.
Well, if it's anything like any other cars, once this thing slicks off, it should form up multiple grooves. Right now, the bottom is where you kind of want to be after you get the momentum built up. Maybe not quite in these cars, though. It looks like that high side's holding off pretty good.
Will it push that cushion up later on? We'll have to see. Like you said, good battle for the lead. You got Sales and Grandy. And then John Hine back here trying to hang on. But he's got Schatzer. Oh, we talked about Hine. He was in the show. And just like that, man, going to have to run an LCQ if there is one here tonight. But, wow, that is not what you want to happen to you, man. Get just, floored in the door.
Yeah, that set John back all the way to dead last in 8th place. See if he can't make a little bit of a recovery as he almost gets in the back of David.
Yeah, trying to see. Now he's in desperation mode to try to get back up there to 4th place. Got a lot of work to do in 3 laps. Probably just going to run out of time unless these guys in front decide they want to kill each other. Jatzer's hanging on that 4th place. Pomalu's there in 3rd. He's working over Grandy, who is, well, no, he's not. He's actually looks like a lap car in between them. So it's Schatzer and Pomalu, man, going to go at each other. And he got Grandy up here still harassing the leader, Sales.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to bide their time here, figure out what the track's going to do for them later on. And the high side is getting worn in a little bit more than the bottom. Not quite what I expected out of this track with these cars. So, might see a bottom groove feature later on. Depends what the next 2 heats do.
That's what I'm saying. Or see what they can push it up. But it's going to be Sales, Grandy, Pomalu, Schatzer, top 4 going. Heat race 1 comes to a close. That's going to pull us over here to heat race number 2. Langdon Mechanical. That's right, Langdon Mechanical. Second to none. Heating and Air Conditioning Company in the Hamilton area. They promise their customers their own professionally trained Langdon specialists will be there personally every step of the way. So if you want 100% from Langdon, check those guys out. And if you're the Hamilton area, need some heating and air conditioning, there you go. Let's grid them up here tonight. As we've got Randy Shree going to be the man out front. Brian Lawson there starting in 2nd. John Mateo up in 3rd. Dean Reynolds up in 4th. Patrick Spangler 5th. Mark Gilbert up there in 6th. And Andrew Smith rounds out the 7th place spot. Heat race 2. You said it. Top 4. Could be another good one.
Should be. Everybody transferring. It depends on how many they take to the feature overall. There's only 24 that signed up tonight.
They're probably going to be everybody, but it makes it more exciting to go, look, got a racing. So, in a nutshell, when they do take everybody, it's more like starting position. And we look back at like what happened to John Hine. He was in a perfect good starting position for the night, but now, by losing what 3 or 4 positions, he's got to start a little further back in that field, which might be a little harder to do later on.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in the back here, you want to make up as much ground as we are in the restart zone. Here we go.
Green flag. Lawson, Shreves, Reynolds, and Mateo up front. They're already battling like they were in the first heat. You see the slide job right there's maybe something to look at too. You saw Shreves. He put a slide job on, and he was going up the track, but the car just would not stay down, got tight, and he had to let out of it, which lost some momentum.
Yeah, it's almost like the bottom is not the preferred line for these restarts, as that car will push up in the tackiness. Once it slicks off, it might be all right. Might be different, but right now that high side is very, very dominant. As you see, Lawson, he is gapping Randy Shreves right now.
Yeah, Lawson pulling out. Reynolds right behind him. Spangler right behind him. He's hanging on that fourth final transfer spot. So the top four actually walking away from fifth place man.
Yes, they are. Spangler, who started back in fifth, up to fourth, holding it on over Mark Gilbert right now.
Strong, old Spangler, like you said. Old Gilbert trying to see if he can't get up there to him. 358 machines here tonight. We still got the big blocks and then some Xfinity racing. So we're going to go from the dirt side of things all the way over to the asphalt. And you know and I know, man, Corey, that's a night and day difference.
Oh, and it's going to be even more of a night and day difference just between the two big blocks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love it. Good times here tonight. Good times. We're rumbling right here. Heat race number 2 here tonight. Langland Mechanicals. We got Lawson, Shreves, Reynolds, Spangler, top 4. Lawson's got it under control right now. Anything you see that you do different on the track?
Not really. I don't see anything different I could possibly do in one of these around here. Maybe try to run the bottom more. That's about it.
Know what I do? I probably hit the wall more. That's about it. Car, here we go. Checker flag. Lawson, Shreves, Reynolds, and Spangler top 4 here in this one. It's a good run. That'll bring it close to Langland Mechanicals Heat Race 2 here tonight. That's going to swing us to Heat Race number 3. That's going to put us up here to Venom Racing. Right, they're the proud sponsor of the Coast to Coast Racing Leagues, the 358 Modified. So, one of the premier sponsors for the 358s here tonight. Let's grid these boys up here. See who we've got starting out front in this one. You got Cody Graham going to start out front. Jeffrey Barker there in second. Aiden Young. Oh, well, he knows how to get some asphalt done there in third. Zach Chapman fourth. Jeff Sharp there in fifth. Terry Landis up in sixth. And Jonathan Krumpa there in the 7th place spot. Oh, Aiden Young, I've known him for a while on the series. Known him more for the asphalt side of things. He jumped on the dirt there. But he really can get some things done on asphalt. Look at that one car, man, there. I think that's Zach Chapman. He's got Scooby-Doo.
Zoinks!
Yeah. So we got a Yahoo, Scooby-Doo, that Yahoo car. Oh, you all have been seeing the car last night. He had Waffle House and Nutty Buddy.
Oh boy, Waffle
Talk about,
House.
yeah, talk about getting hungry, man. Woo! I like it. I just paint jobs up, man. I like that Scooby-Doo and Yahoo. Yahoo! Green flag.
Yoo-hoo.
Oh, you, my hoo. Well, there we go. You. Right. Go green. A fun night here tonight. 358 big blocks. And we got Xfinity. Thursday Night Thunder, man. That's right. We're about to lay some thunder down as these guys roar off into the turn. Barker and all. And they're already back there. Somebody trying to get them a Scooby stack.
Yeah, the Scooby car up on the high side here, trying to make work over Cody Graham.
Yep. Goes Chapman. Now he looks to the inside, going to see if he can't swing back around. Maybe try a slide job on him on the bottom. I have not been able to see the slide job working all night long, though. It seems like it's kind of hit or miss with that.
Well, it's very hard to throw a slider as these corners aren't, I don't know if you've noticed, Joe, but they aren't quite your standard corner.
Well, I mean, you turn left. What's not standard about it?
Well, they're a little bit more squared off than.
Oh. Got that Indianapolis syndrome.
Well, actually, I kind of think of this track as a sister to Weed Sport.
Oh, okay.
But with more banking.
Oh, okay. Got you. Well, you can see they're pushing that cushion up just a little bit. So you've got Barker, Chapman, Graham, Sharp. I mean, all these guys, the one thing I have seen about these cars is they can stay grouped up a little bit. The problem is, even though they're running that low line, we've not seen anybody throw a huge slider on anyone. It's almost like with the 305 wing sprint car. You just don't have enough power to do it. I'm wondering if that maybe is the same thing here with these 350H, because, and realistically, you looked it up. Power-wise, these things probably are about as powerful as the 305 Wing Sprints. Problem is, they're a lot heavier.
Yeah, 500 some horsepower in one of these things, and definitely way heavier than a 305 would be. So it is going to be hard, as we see Zach Chapman right now going for the lead here. White flag, one more corner. Can he hold on?
Oh, he threw that slide job out of 4, and he was able to do it. Drag race for 3rd and 4th. So it's going to be Chapman, Barker, Graham, Sharp. What a run here. One thing that's actually produced is pretty good racing so far. All these guys out here digging. Let's see what we got. We're going straight into our intermission here tonight. And that's going to be our Oswego Speedway intermission here, folks. And look, everybody loves the word free. If you don't like the word free, there's no other word I can give you. But Oswego Speedway action every Friday night, free on GeForce TV. Let me reiterate that again for you. Free on GeForce TV. They got live programming year-round, countless hours on-demand videos. And did we just say it's all free? Check it out on GeForce TV on YouTube. You'll love it. We're going to step away here for just a second. We'll be right back here. A little warm-up time. Won't take long, about 2 minutes. Pay a few bills. And we're going to the feature time tonight.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Racing Race Chat. Adam Ross and Rick Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debating news, interviews, and more. Those who have questions and comments live on air and talk about some of the news making each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, folks, here we are. We got feature time here tonight for these big block guys here, Thursday Night Thunder. And the biggest thing is here, we're going to get our Super Dirt Car Series starting lineup, the premier big block series, which you will see tonight. And they're from Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series. Man, those guys, man, visit some of the most exciting dirt tracks from the biggest crowds, with some ground pounding, earth shattering, window rattling beasts from the Northeast, the Super Dirt Car Series. Let's look at the grid real quick, as I guess Isaac Stellis is going to be the man up front on this one. Remember we talked about John Hine. just that little mess up. He's starting back there in 19th place spot where he probably could have been starting in the top 10. But just because that little slip up he did in his heat earlier cost him way back. We got 22 machines going to do it. David Tomasi right there going to be in 22nd. So, Corey, that's the Super Dirt Car Series lineup tonight. Should be a stellar one on board here. Wow. I don't know. Heat races were pretty good.
Yeah, the heat races were good, and this feature, that track has formed up perfectly, I do believe. And just for perspective there, before we go green, Alex Pomerleau, who finished third in Heat 1 where John Hine was running, that's the difference from finishing third to seventh in a heat race.
And you just see it right there. So basically they were running for those positions, and you know, you talk about from 19th to 7th. We do have a hard charger tonight, but green flag. We got these 358 machines out here. Thursday Night Thunder, we're rumbling here for the Coast to Coast Racing League. Already got trouble in the back. Oh, we got one car stopped. That is John Hine. Oh boy. Well, Salty Dog caution here, but let's go check out the Malcolm Mills replay, see what he did. And probably gonna feel a little salty over this one. See what happened to him. We'll watch John Hine. I don't know if it actually started with him and all, but it did say he wrecked first, so might have been in front of him. But again, we go back on that starting position. He's back there in that hornet's nest. Oh no, it actually started up above front of him.
Maybe with Alex there. Pomerleau.
Patrick Spangler?
Maybe Pomerleau, it looked like. It looked like a white car.
Yeah, the 56. Whoever the 56 is.
Randy Shreves.
Randy Shreve. There it is. Watch it one more time. Watch it one more time in Malcolm Mills replay before we go back green. It'll be real quick here because cautions don't last that long on dirt, folks. And it just looks like, oh, he got tagged from behind the 397 machine there, and then from there it's just nowhere to go. Bunched up on the track here, but go back live, and Isaac out front here. Big block action. Well, actually, I say big block, but the 358s, they're part of the big block, small block crowd. Going single file here.
They're all the same family.
Yeah, they're all the same. That's a good way to put it. I like that. All in the same family. Green flag. One guy, man, has got a pretty good shot here. Sales out front. You got Lawson behind him. Now it looks like, you know what's the difference here I'm seeing, Corey? They're way up on that top side cushion as opposed to what they were during their heat races.
Yeah, but that cushion is eventually going to go away. It's kind of like Lucas Oil, too, in the corners where up above where they're putting the right rear, it flattens off a little bit, so you don't want to go all the way by that wall.
Well, Jason out there says, let's go Dean. But he's a Dean fan. That's Dean Reynolds back here in 8th place spot. Remember, we're watching for a hard charger here tonight, and that would actually be Andrew Smith as of right now, up only 3 spots. Nobody's really been able to come through the field. And as tough as this place looks like it is to pass, I think it's going to be pretty much a who makes the mistake in front of you.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to pressure them into making a mistake. Maybe if this thing starts to go 2 grooves, you're going to see a couple of them form up, as we got a caution out, Jeff.
Yeah. John Hine involved again. Man, I tell you what, he's just not having a night. Maybe I need to quit talking about him. He's just not having a night. I don't know if it's his fault. And, oh, looks like maybe Tomasi might have gotten the back a little bit. John's going, man, look, there's brakes. You hit him. Let off the gas. That's your Salty Dog caution and Malcolm Mills replay. And, you know, we talk about Salty Dog. I like their little logo out there. But Salty Dog Race Team composed of so many senior members of the Coast to Coast Racing League here, and have been released from the home to create havoc on the track. So it's all the old folks out here. Salty Dog. Corey don't know nothing about that because he's And I'll give you a little insight on the Coast to Coast Racing League here. It's kind of unique. They do have what they call a retreads, which is 55 plus. You got to be 55 or older in it. This league is comprised of more drivers, probably 40 years or older, than it is younger drivers. Now that might have changed since last time I was here. There might be more younger drivers here now, but I still do see a lot of the same members. And a lot of them gentlemen are in 40s, 50s. When they got, I think Bobby Good is in his 60s, I believe. I know Roger Craig, he's about 105, and yeah, so, but he does good.
Oh boy, we will love you, Roger.
Yeah, old Roger. I start talking about him and he hits the wall. It's like, man, come on, I can't say nothing good about you. You're out there, man, wrecking. Green flag, we're back racing.
2x2 from second on back.
Yes, it is. Sales, Grandy, company up front, looking strong. Everybody side by side. That's what we kind of seen in the heat races earlier on here tonight. Nobody's been able to take an advantage to maybe try to, grasp his track. And I go back to that. It's a product of you just don't have a lot of power to come off those turns. I mean, you got guys down there in the putt-putt lane, and then you got guys way up there, man, in the cushion lane. So still locked up door to door.
Well, I see Grandy. Him and Sales are out front, rolling the bottom here on each corner. Grandy might be a little bit better than Sales.
Yeah, going in, but coming off that outside lane's got that groove. I mean, most of the action's happening way back here around, starting about the fourth, fifth. Display spot, it's like a plate track race. Everybody's just glued together side by side. We talk about the hard charger. I mean, look at the hard charger's only.
Well,
back here. Oh, Cody Graham. Thought he dog caution. Malcolm Mills replay. Let's see what happened to Graham and company. Gilbert. Oh, Gilbert might have punched him in the butt. And then from there, somebody got a Yahoo. And John Hine again. I'm going to tell you what, that guy's probably just thinking, I just won't go home.
oh,
He's had an awful night.
he has.
Yes. But it's pretty much a product of this track. We're not seeing, and I was talking about the hard charger. Normally when we talk about hard charger, we're talking about guys coming through the field like 8, 9, spot. The biggest one mover is only like 3 or 4 spots. And I probably got to give that up here as they're getting it due to the caution. Let's see back here. Yeah, 5 spots for Crumpa. He's back in 16th though. So a lot of his spots are probably gained from maybe some action happening in the front. Then you've got 6 right. Actually, 6 is right in front of him, 14th from Aaron Smith. So not a lot of spots being gained from the top runners. Grandy's only up 2. A lot of guys only up 1. Some are still in the same spot. So not a lot of moving going on up front.
No, not at all. So that just tells you how this track is. It's an equalizer. Anybody can run about as good as the front runner.
Yeah. Solid night here tonight. Set to go back green. We are here. 358 modifieds out front. It's all Sales. He is selling that thing on the top side cushion, but you've got Grandy's hanging on to the bottom. Jeff Sharp is around. I'm going to have Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to him. I think it's going to be that word that we use a lot. Got to be kind of semi-aggressive, and it's no donuts on the inside of this one. But that guardrail, it hurts equally. I think we got to talk about that. Semi-aggressive. We mentioned that before, where this track's not going to give you anything. You're not able to pass a lot. And on the restart, you got to be kind of aggressive, but you got to be kind of conservative too, because you want to be there at the end.
Yeah, you definitely got to get as much as you can off the drop of the green when everybody's stacked up and closer on each other. Because these cars, once you get them up to full song and dance, they do not. You can't really change how you drive. You gotta just continue where you are.
Solid run here tonight so far. Dale's the man out front loving it. Isaac. I've mentioned this a couple times too, which I don't think he's had enough green flags to really concern. A lot of times tracks change a lot in the dirt cars or on the dirt, and it usually can throw the leader off if he's out there dominating. But that only happens usually if there's like long green flag runs, then cautions and whatnot. So for these small style cautions, he's able to keep that momentum up front. As the green flag flies, he flies back out. Here comes Grandy. He's going to try that top side cushion.
Yeah, and it's real big advantage over on the leader here. And oh my, he got up in that wall about went airborne. Somehow didn't lose much time on Grandy.
You know, last night if you'd have saw it, they stayed away from that wall because it was so treacherous there at Knoxville. I got a feeling it might end up that way. You see him now, he changed his line there in 3 and 4. Went way down low. Grandy's behind him. You got to look back here, 3rd and 4th place spot. They're trying to heat up. Lawson and Shreves, those two guys are going at it. But I think if that top side cushion and they get up there banging off the wall starts to hurt them, you're going to see a lot of guys go right back down to the bottom.
Yeah, most definitely. That if you grab the wall here, it's going to grab you because it, like I said, it's got a little bit of flat right at the edge of the wall. So don't want to touch it.
Here, green. Uh-oh, some cars around the back. Yeah, we got junkyard and
there's our caution.
yeah, they were trying to get it straight. But,
And they are still wrecked.
oh man. Well, they were right there in the middle of the track. This track kind of closes up. You get two cars together. That's the W machine, a Gilbert. Oh, he tried to get into a Yoo-hoo. It didn't happen, and then the problem is there's a couple other machines there, nothing to do. They were locked together, wheel to wheel. Finally backed up. One went, comes the leaders, and they had to blow up. Man, he was being W with it. Malcolm Mills replay right there. There's one guy, though, out front here. That's Isaac. He's loving it. He's able to keep this thing under wraps. Roll.
Get a good launch. Caution. It slowly burns up the laps while not burning up the track as much. And now they can pack in the track a little bit under caution here. See where they want to run at. But it ain't wearing the track out as much as they'd probably hope for the guys mid-pack that want to try going to the bottom maybe, or try in the middle.
Yeah, I'm with you. Here we go, getting set to go back green. Isaac Sales out front in this one. Grandy's there with him. Flag about to fly.
Green.
Going single file. Boy, this really helps out Isaac because nobody's been able to make a move on the inside. See him, boy, he's going to truck it way up down that top side cushion. Lawson, Grandy right behind him. And everybody's still saying single file pretty much for the most part of the field. The biggest loser on that restart there, Dean Reynolds. He lost 4 spots for some reason, but one of the biggest winners on it, our hard charger there, Flatline Racing Body, up 7 spots, Aiden Young.
Andrew Smith up 9.
I just saw that, yeah, just had to catch that one there. So he's going to leapfrog Aiden for that one. So guys try to make some moves in the back here, and you can do that. We talk about it. If you keep that car clean, guys up in front of you just keep them falling out. Attrition. There's the Scooby-Doo machine there. Zachman out there giving treats to everybody.
Scooby Snack.
He's trying to find out the mystery of how to get around this place.
Well, I hope he solves the mystery and tells us me, because I still don't know how to get around here.
And I'm with you, because it seems like no matter if you go low, you go high, you go to middle, the slider line, nothing is really working, going up. I think pretty much those product of these guys that have come through the field has been pretty much, they've gotten positions off of just staying clean, avoiding the big wrecks, and gotten that, their positions that way, because as soon as we go green like this, you're seeing it. Everybody's kind of locked together here. Nothing you can do. Man out front sails. So nobody's making up ground. I mean, you see a little cluster here, like, third and fourth. You got Shreves and Lawson, but still neither one of those guys can see which one's going to make that pass.
Yeah, I mean, you either pick the bottom or you pick the high side, and it seems like no matter which one you choose, it's about equal. So we got another caution on the track here, Jim.
Hey, Mark Gilbert, Doggy Dog caution. Check out Malcolm Mills replay here. They were almost 3 wide. Actually, it's the W car. I got a feeling he was just product of the wrong place, wrong time. You can dub that one up as he's going to the pits going, you know what? This is terrible. Bad night. But the thing about it is, with the big blocks coming up, you're going to have way more power. And what we're seeing right now with these 358s, it is almost just like the 305 wing sprints we saw last night at Hometown Heroes. You just cannot, you don't have the punch and the power to come off the turn sideways or sling it in there. Car just almost wants to push, stay straight. And again, this is a lot heavier car, and power-wise about the same. So I think later on when we see, you've got a lot more power, like a super late model, yeah, you're going to be able to slide that thing into the turn and be able to throttle that thing coming off the turns.
Yeah, I mean, you go to the bottom and it kills off the power. These things just don't have the torque to pull off the corner, especially with it all rubbered up. Now, if you can hit a little tack strip somewhere and grab it right on your throttle, you'd be all right as we go back green here.
Yep. Isaac's the man out front, loving it here. We got Grandy right behind him. Here we go, Lawson and company. Shreves looking strong too. Chapman's there in 5th. Everybody's kind of single file. Kurt Shatner right. Oh man, Chapman. Oh man, somebody hit the dog. Aiden Young, he got caught up in it too, but he got away from it, as that's going to pull a caution. Nathan Aldridge, though, did not get out of that. Let's go back here and check out a Malcolm Mills replay, because that started in front of them. Chapman got out of shape. Aiden barely avoiding it, had to get into a wall, actually avoided it. And then from there, John Hine came up in there, gang busting. Aldridge was around, and just a pile up.
Big old mess. Man, Patrick Spangler got lucky getting by Aiden Young. He was a tire away.
You see Aiden Young, boy, he used the wall, got up there, two-wheeling it and going, I got this. Let us know, man, who your favorite drivers are out there, who you're rooting for, who you're pulling for, where you're from. I know mostly this league is based in Canada. I mean, they've got a lot of guys in the States here, but they do have a lot that are in Canada here. I know Roger's up there, which I don't see Roger out here right now. Roger, you out there in the chat, man? And Preston. I have not seen Preston either. There's 2 guys, man, that do a lot. If you want to check out Coast to Coast Racing Network, check them out here. They're live tonight on that C2C on YouTube. And you can also check out what they call the Pit Stop Podcast. I was on there one time. And, great thing Preston, old Roger does. We'll get more into again, Thursday night's really not going to be the night I'm going to be here. This is a one-off deal, kind of special, kind of helping out here on Thursdays. Normally I have some other commitments, but you can catch me here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Well, Tuesday's starting up in April, but Wednesday's here now every day. And I might hear Corey every once in a while. I can get him out of bed.
Get me out of bed. As we go back green, Isaac Dallas once again, good start, but the start between Grandy and Lawson is even better, as they are going to be door to door in turn number 3.
Yeah, they are. You got Grandy up high. Lawson still has, Lawson, one thing I will say about him, he has not gave up on that bottom lane. Actually, Grandy has not gave up on that bottom lane all night long. He's kind of stayed down there, but it's just not really paid any dividends for him.
Yeah, it holds off for a good bit. The early run, maybe now he'll look up high. Yes, he does. He looks in front of Lawson. Lawson touches him a little bit.
Dutchy up front. Did Lawson right down that back cush bar. And Magnum Racing Design man himself here. Lawson's trying to get that second place spot away. We've not seen anybody be able to make a huge pass, and that's just kind of a product. So we're coming out. Oh, didn't get to the white flag. Jeff Sharp. Check out our Malcolm Mills replay on what happened to him. About to say, about to get that white flag. And oh, the 82 just came down and
Oh, wow.
82 got out of shape, nowhere to go, and Jeff's going, where'd the car come from? Man,
So we get a green-white checkered here.
that's right.
One of them. One attempt.
Well, actually, in dirt, we probably could get as many as we want.
It's shown green-white checkered 1/1, Jeff.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know
Alright.
you could set up a green-white checkered on dirt.
I didn't realize he could.
I mean, I you know, as much dirt as I've done, I mean, we've done plenty of asphalt. You know you can just set that up as many times as you want. But I didn't realize on the dirt side of things you could, because there's not many times they do end under green-white checker. I know the cautions don't count, so that's why I figured it's kind of like an unlimited type thing. Hey, learn something new every day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is about the first time I've seen a green-white checkered, so I'm kind of shocked by that.
Well, it might help out some here too. And anybody don't know how the green-white checkered works, since you are on the dirt side, and that's something you see as we set to go back green. They will go green if there is a caution in between that before they get to the white flag. Then the race is over with. But if they make it to the white flag, well, there we go. We race it out. Green flag. Isaac's going. Doesn't matter to me either way. I've been the master all night long on these restarts. I think the battle's going to heat up here for second.
Oh, absolutely. As we see Shreves trying to look on the bottom side of Lawson. And Shreves get that bottom going here to try to pick up a podium. White flag in the air for Isaac. He's got a big old gap to Grandy.
Yeah, he does. One more time. Down the Baxter. Shreves loses a lot of momentum coming out of that turn to Lawson. Lawson's got two more turns. Look at Shreves throw it in there. Out of turn 4, it's going to be Sales, Grandy, and Lawson's going to take it third place. Our hard charger, though, we got to give that one to Aiden Young, who held in there in 7th place. But what a finish here to 358s here tonight. Woo! Gotta love it.
Love it.
Can't get a word in with a few of these guys and get them up here to our Extreme E-Speed victory lane. Winner tonight, that man right there, Isaac. Did an outstanding job. Wait till they put him up here in the waiting room for me. There we go. So Grandy, second place man. I'll bring him down. You want to get a word with him?
Yeah.
All right, bring old Grandy down.
Hey, Joseph Grandy, you get a copy on me?
Oh. Yep, how you doing?
Well, man, brought her home second here in the 358 at Lincoln. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, I knew that heat race, the first heat race start on the pole, you would have been 99% chance to win, but with Isaac starting on the outside, I knew he was going to end up taking that win. And I'm pretty confident this track, pretty good at it, but it's hard to pass once everything slicks off, and just trying to stay close and behind Isaac and not get past.
There you go. You got anybody I like to thank tonight, Joseph?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Catalytic Recovery, West End Towing, the guys over at Train and Wheel Racing. I'd like to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, coast to coast, and all the guys that make that league run.
There you have it, folks. Your second place driver, Joseph Grandy.
Did an outstanding job at that too. But let's bring up our third place man here, old Lawson, who tried to do everything. Almost got that second place.
Hey there, Brian. You get a copy on me?
I got you.
Well, man, you brought her home in third in the 358. Stalk us through your race there, man.
Good run altogether. You know, had a couple close calls on the start of that heat race. Me and who the heck, Randy Shreves, we almost got together. That was a little bit of a close call, but I was able to come off and hold on for that win. And you know, the main event was just a good race. You know, Grandy got to the inside of me. We had a little bit of a battle there. He got by me. You know, I was kind of content because, you know, I know how good Joseph and Isaac both are. So, you know, I was pretty content running in third. And then that second to last restart, I got a really good jump on Joseph and got to his outside. But, you know, the middle in 3 and 4 was a little bit faster than the top. And that's where he was able to kind of creep back in front of me a little bit. And once he got there, I let him have it. And, you know, and then I had Randy kind of breathing down my neck. So, you know, all in all, a hard fought, but a good third place finish.
Yeah, like you said, good fought finish. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Absolutely. Got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast and Coast to Coast for all they do for us. Napa Auto Parts, Super Dirt Car Series. Got to give Dean a shout out. Magnum Race Design. And last but certainly not least, all my guys at Venom Racing. Appreciate every one of them.
There you go, second place, man. That's putting it pretty good there. Lawson. Well, this guy though had the track figured out. Isaac, Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, well, you had this place figured out. Was you maybe a little worried with some of those restarts on the cautions that somebody might be able to put a slider move on you, because it looked tough to pass out there?
Oh, she was very technical, very tough to pass. So I knew that I needed to ace those restarts, to be honest with you, in order not to get slid. Because you know, those two, Grandy and Brian, are some fast men. So I knew that I had to kind of ace my starts there.
Yeah, we saw it out there. It looked like you went and migrated up to the top. Some of them was hanging down at the bottom. Do you feel like that was the fastest way around, or was it just more of a risk versus reward?
I think a little bit of both. The top in 1 and 2 was super fast if you could hit it right. 3 and 4 was kind of all over. It was just kind of being there and making sure you kept your RPMs up and not letting the car bog down.
Well, you definitely, man, did what you needed to do, put in victory lane here, kicking off Thursday Night Thunder. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yes, sir. I was just happy to pick off where we started last season. So thanks to all those guys over at Venom Racing, Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your 6 Racing Network, RSN Trackside, Simtrax Broadcasting, Dirt Track Bank, everybody here in Coast to Coast, Mission 22 and everything that they do for our veterans, my Gramps and Top Notch Trucking. Yeah, and then thanks to my friend Devin for being one of the people watching tonight that I know of. Thanks to my old lady for letting me run. And then, yeah, thank you for the broadcast. And, yeah, friends and family for supporting.
There you go, winner tonight, 358. That's old Isaac Sales. Well, Corey, man, I tell you what a way to start off tonight here for the Thursday Night Thunder. Is we're actually going to go switch it over. Don't go anywhere, folks, because we got big blocks coming next. We'll be right back here in just a few, though.
Before they go fast and start the power slide, we salute you with the big blocks 4 wide. The crowd-pounding, earth-shaking, window-rattling beast of the Northeast. It's the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, we're back here. Now we've got big blocks, and you might see a combination of some small blocks, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say most of these are going to be big blocks. And the reason is you really can't tell by just looking at them out here. I mean, even in real life, you put them side by side, the motor's going to be the biggest, difference. I mean, obviously, if they fired them up, might be a little bit of sound and whatnot, but physically looking at the two cars, the one thing I could see maybe some of these with these big blocks, and you can already see is how we can tell is how they're lifting that wheel off the ground. That just tells you right there that more power and all that torque they got.
Yeah, that would be the best indication is if they are zooming around here a little bit quicker than a couple other cars.
Yes. Thursday Night Thunder here tonight. Gambler Motorsports, man, sponsor. Proud to bring this thing on for you. We got our Tim Chapman Racing little pre-race show here. And hey, folks, if you've not checked it out, go to Coast to Coast Racing League, c2crl.com. If you're looking for a good league, apply it up. You just want to check out standing, all the information, go check it out, c2crl.com. Then we're live here on Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube. And, man, like I say, I appreciate these guys like myself over here at OSR Network bring the action to you. Here, it's been a good one so far. Now, C2C also has what they call a racing school. It's the C2C Racing School, where a league and the top drivers have volunteered to help out league drivers improve their driving skills free of charge. How's that word again? Everybody loves free. They'll be offering some help in qualifying, driving lines, driver awareness, setup advice, etc. So, again, go to c2crl.com, check out the schedules, check out everything you need. Definitely got to give a shout out again here to the Steve King Foundation for all he does here in the sport. But I don't know, those 358s, one thing we learned, it was rough to pass here. I think with the big blocks, you've got more power. I think you're going to be able to slide that thing off the turns, Corey.
Yeah, most definitely you're going to be able to pull off the corners, unlike we've seen in the 358s there. Just a lot more torque and almost, not quite, double the horsepower.
But definitely a lot more horses.
757 horsepower in the big block compared to the 510 horsepower out of the 358. So about a 25% jump up.
Definitely. Let's see what these guys can come up with here tonight. Good showing there. The 358s earlier. Big block action here. I think for everyone to get done doing a little bit of practice. They'll advance it here in just a few. Go.
Give these drivers an opportunity to hop over from their 358 to the big block if they so chose to haul both up to the racetrack.
We still got the Xfinity cars, so we're gonna kick it from dirt over to the asphalt side.
Those will be at Atlanta.
We go. It will. Atlanta. Fast Atlanta. Well, we got our heat race number 1, Flatline Racing Bodies heat race number 1. Grid these boys up here tonight. As out front, Cody Graham. The man out front, Alex Pomerleau. They're starting in second. We got Jeffrey Kemper going to be in third. Brian Lawson up in fourth. Randy Shreves fifth. Bobby Good up in sixth. Brandon Templeton seventh. And Zach Chapman, he's in the 8th place spot. Good one.
Should be everybody transferring. If there was a B main, it would be 4 tonight from the heat races.
Whew. I'm curious to see if anybody can hook some sliders here tonight, because it's been treacherous with those 358s. Nobody's been able to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, these big blocks, you should see a couple of sliders as they have shortened the pace lap here, Joe. They are in the start zone.
They are. Nice. Here we go. Green flag. Pomerleau gets that jump out front. I think maybe if somebody will be able to put a slider, we'll just have to watch. It's going to need some green flags to run it. Graham's there with it. You got Lawson, Kemper. There's two guys going out in the back there for 3 and 4.
They're going at it for the lead up here, too. Graham on the bottom of Pomerleau. You might see the bottom come in a lot sooner and a lot quicker than you've seen in the 358s. As Graham is still right there on the quarter of Pomerleau.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Pomerleau, like you said, out front. Graham's right there behind him. You see it. One's low, one's high. And they're able to stick side by side. And, boy, you just saw Pomerleau just throw that thing into the turn. He lost a little momentum coming off, and that's where that inside groove looks like it's been a little bit better right now.
Yeah, once it slicks off, it'll open up the high side to be better off. Uh-oh.
Somebody spun Scooby out.
Not Scooby.
Uh-oh, Shaggy.
And he takes his magical device and teleports.
Battle for third and fourth. Templeton, Kemper. Let's see here what we got. Templeton's down low. Now he's able to put a slider move, but he opts not to go up the track. But he's able to make that pass.
Now we see Lawson battling with Kemper for 4. Lawson on the bottom here, and he
Kemper's
might have
falling off the pace.
Yeah.
But maybe you're right. Maybe that inside lane is the place to be right here for these big block machines.
White flag is out. Pomerleau with the advantage over Graham. Graham fell off pace here. Pomerleau, he'll have one more shot down in turn number 3 as they head down the back chute.
Yep, 2 more turns, and I just don't think he's quite close enough to get anything done. Pomerleau's going to be the man, going to put it in for heat race number 1. Graham and Templeton, the top 3 here. What a heat race. That was a good smooth one there. That should shoot us over in our heat race number 2. Here tonight, as Langdon Mechanical, heating and air conditioning self them on there. Langdon Mechanical, let's grid them up. As out front, you've got Billy Richardson starting out front. Aiden Young there in second. Jeffrey Barker up in third. Isaac Sellis, who just put it in victory lane in the 358, starting fourth. Nathan Aldridge there in fifth. John Hine in sixth, and Patrick Spaniel there in seventh. And got to hope old John, he has a lot better time this time, because we had a rough outing in the 358.
Well, he started in third in his heat race of the 358s just a little bit ago. Now he's starting in 6th in a heat race and a big ball.
Yeah.
He's either He can't lose much.
Green flag. Already trying to beat each other up there. Pace cars in. Aiden Young up there. He had to take the wall earlier. Green flag. Let's see if he has to take anything. Boy, he takes the high side and rumbles. Here comes Richardson. Uh-oh. Boy, Sellis, he got thrown up to the wall there.
A big game changer there for John Hine as he was able to move all the way up to second.
Woo.
Wow.
Finally got something to work for him. He said, man, hallelujah, I missed the big wreck there. That could have been a big one. But he is up top as Isaac's not giving up, though. He takes that second place. So that man, he's good in the 358. He's looking stellar in a big block right now. So he takes the lead. That guy says, I'm coming to the front.
Salas was the one that got walled. So right now, a comeback for him is Aiden Young in the wall.
Oh, man.
Get fourth.
Whew. Yeah, he's
Fall
back and
to
forth.
fifth.
Back and forth. Well, they're clanging and banging. We got Salas, like you said, up front. Oh, and Aiden Young up there again. I don't know, man. The wall out there loves him.
The wall is a little grabby.
Right. Hine, though, the man that bounced back, just had a dismal 358 run. Right now is having a pretty good one here in the big block. Up to second. Salas, though, he is actually basically just picking up where he left off out front. He dominated the 358s earlier. Spangler back here all alone in third. Aldridge, though, kind of all alone, but he's got Barker right there, man, lurking. Never mind, he's in the wall.
Uh-oh, and Barker around as well. Wow.
That thing's a flipping. Flippy flip. They were going to keep going, too. Page's going, That was a good recovery. Gotta give him a 9.5 out of that one. White flag one more time. Sellis out front in this one. Hine's just not going to be able to get close enough to him. They rumble down here for the final time. 2 more turns. Here for Langdon Mechanical Heat Race, 2 out of 4 is going to be Sellis, Hine, Spangler, top 3. That was entertaining.
That was a little bit entertaining, yeah. I mean,
Nice.
crazy action, a couple of flips, style points out there for a few of them.
What we got? Heat Race 3. Venom Racing here. And talked about Venom Racing. Zone out there. Isaac, one of them putting it up. So in the 358 Modifieds, they are the sponsor for it. So Venom Racing here. Let's grid them up. Got out front, Jason Butterfield starting out front. Joseph Grandy there in second. Kurt Shatner in third. Andrew Smith there in fourth. Jonathan Krumpa up in fifth. Jeff Sharp there in sixth. And Dean Reynolds, 7th place man. All right. Jason Butterfield out front in this one.
Third and final heat race here for the big block series.
That's right. Good
After
one, too.
this, have a little bit of a warm up for them, and then we'll roll into the feature.
But the one thing we talked about, I feel like, is that we definitely see is the big blocks with that power. They're able to put the sliders on a little easy, able to make some passing here where they weren't earlier. As we go green, let's see if Grandy can hold off Butterfield. But he's looking like butter right now. He's trying to slip on there. Look at that. I said it, slide job. Able to do it in this car, but crisscross back over.
Yeah, crossover from Grandy. They were making contact. They might still make contact. Butterfield into the door. This is going to open up the door for Kurt Schatzer here.
Man.
Wow.
Well, maybe he had butter on the side of that car because he slipped right off of him. Schatzer, man, falls all the way back to second. Grandy up there in the third as Smith. But, yeah, we didn't see that in the 358s earlier, but you saw right there they got enough power, man, to pedal themselves right through a slide job.
Yes, it is. Kurt gets into Butterfield and allows Grandy to get by both of them.
Man, I tell you what, now that's one thing you can do in these cars. You got to still be careful because you kind of got open wheel a little bit, but you can get up there and lean on each other a little bit on these cars. I mean, they got a side door to them. So that makes it exciting. It's not like the wing sprint car where you touch tire, pretty much you're going flying. Here tonight, you can lean on it a little bit.
Yeah, you can most definitely put a little bit of tire to a door as Butterfield is right underneath of Grandy, trying to take that top spot back away. Lap number 6. Here we are, Joe.
Man, Grandy's looking smooth. Butterfield there in second. Schatzer up in third. It's going to be a nose to tail, man, race so far. Butterfield trying to see if he can't get it back. The one thing I'm noticing is he's able to put that thing slide more in there. It looks like it's losing a little bit of momentum in the middle of the turn.
Yeah, definitely losing that momentum in the middle of the corner. White flag in the air for Grandy. Can he hold off Butterfield? Butterfield trying to slip and slide his way on around. This is his last opportunity.
Out of 4. It'll be a drag race to the line. Grandy's going to get the motor on him. Butterfield's coming home second. Schatzer's going to hang it on to third. Man, what a heat race 3. Woo!
Oh,
definitely tell you, that was awesome. It was. Venom style. Well, warm us up here. We got a little bit of our Weekend Speedway intermission, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a few for this one here, for our feature here tonight in the big blocks.
Before they go fast and start to power slide, we salute you with the big blocks 4 wide. The crowd pounding, earth shaking, window rattling beast of the Northeast. It's the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, folks, here we go. Feature time, big block style here tonight. And, man, let's get our Super Dirt Car Series, because they are the premiere for the big block series, line up here. Let's look at it. 22 machines going to do battle. Alex Pomalu out front. You got Celis right there starting in second. Remember, he dominated the 358s earlier. We've also got way back in the back, Zach Chapman. Caught up a little bit in his heat. Want to be good. Pomerleau, Dallas. And we saw Isaac come through that field in his heat race, so him starting out outside. No, keep an eye on him.
Yeah, it might be scary for a lot of these drivers if the best man out there starting in a very, very good spot. And that outside might prevail a lot better than the inside on this green flag.
Yes. Here we go. Getting set tonight. Gonna give some good shout outs here. Got a hard charger. Flatline Racing Bodies hard charger here too, so we'll keep an eye on who's going to do that. I think we're going to see somebody really come through the field, naturally come through the field, and that ought to be good. But hey, don't be shy out there now. Y'all let us know who your driver is, who y'all pulling for, who you're not pulling for. Where are you from?
Are you
I'm
pulling
from
for the
NC.
broadcaster?
Do Corey, he's from Budapest.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. All right, remember Celis, he dominated pretty much the whole entire 358. He's up top too. I think that might benefit him. Remember, he loved that top side lane earlier with them 358s.
Yeah, and like I said, that top lane in these big blocks, able to hold the momentum, and he'll lead lap number 1.
Wow, Pomerleau's trying to see what he can do. I think, though, you'll be able to throw a slider on that inside. They're going to go door to door. Pomerleau's down low. Well, he kind of just drove that thing in there straight this time, and he's going to get the run off. But, man, Isaac is firing on all 8 cylinders, taking the lead. Here comes Grandy, though, on the top side, taking second.
Yeah, if you're going to utilize that inside line, you've got to lunge into the corner as Salas goes a little high, opens up the door for Grandy. Oh, we got a caution, Joe.
Yeah, Cody Graham got up into the wall, and now that thing is just all crab walking. Let's go to Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to him. He kind of did a little door action right there in the back, and then boom, got caught in the side, got up into the wall, had it for a minute, and then if you look at that car, yeah, she's not walking straight. Little bow-legged.
Oh, boy. They do get 2 quick fixes in here. Magical fixes, as I call them.
Okay. Pull the car off the record. Get going.
Exactly.
Yeah. Salty dog. Caution. Bringing it up. That's been a good night here racing so far.
Yes, it has. 358's produced good racing. This big block right now so far. The heats have been good to us, Joe, and this feature might be just warming up.
Hey, here we go. 30 lap feature here. Enjoy it side by side. It's been Isaac's night last night, just like last night, man. It was old Spangler. He swept the first 2. Couldn't get that third one though, but he got the top 2. The 305, 360, 410s kind of got caught in trouble. See what happened to Isaac tonight. Can he make it back-to-back wins? He gets to jump on the restart here. You got Grandy and John Hine, who, man, just had an awful 358. Right now, showing some speed and love. He's up to 4th. Never mind. Caution. Got Salty Dogging in the back here. What happens on the Malcolm Mills replay. Andrew Smith. I think Andrew pretty much, well, he got spun. And from there, we got cars upside down.
That's Barker upside down, the turtle.
Yeah, somebody killed the turtle. He looks like a mega plumber out there. Knocked him out. Well, what are you thinking so far here, Corey?
So far, I like it. Not a late model, but Well, it'll have to.
Yeah. Well, they do have some late models here. Not sure what night. Go to c2crl.com. Check it out. It'll give you an idea when they run their late models. I mean, pretty much they did run late models last night because that's kind of what that was on the asphalt. I mean, I know it says Cars Tour, but that technically was a late model car.
Well, I mean, that's what it's called, is a late model stock car.
Right, yeah. Well, they had it as Cars Tour. I don't know why. iRacing sometimes does that, right? Stick to
It's going off
late
the real
models.
world
Well, I
equivalent.
thought the Cars Tours was,
Supers.
no, the modifieds. I thought that was modified.
No, that's wheeling.
Okay. It's like going single file, man. Isaac's probably grinning ear to ear on this one. Set to go back green. Base cars in. Boom, he drops a loud hammer. Grandy, though, man, got a pretty good start on that inside. He's harassing him real good. Both of them down low, kind of putting maybe a slider move there. John Hines still hanging on that third place, but behind him, he's got side-by-side battle for the lead.
Yes, Ellis got up in the wall there on the back chute, opens the door for Grandy. Grandy might be clear. Oh, he puts Ellis up into the opening.
Pinched him a little bit, put him up there. Salas says, you know what? I'll remember that. Gonna try to drive it down to the inside of him. Grandy washes up the track. This is a battle, man. Back and forth. Something like we talked about we'd probably see with these big blocks because they got the power to do it. The 358s just wasn't able to have enough mustard to get around the track. But right now, Grandy says, I'm going to ruin your night here, Salas.
Oh,
he's on the
Ellis
wall.
up in the wall.
Wow.
We talk about mental mistakes. That's what you can't be doing here. Over driving the car. I know you're upset, but you cannot be over driving the car.
No, you can, and on dirt, that's pretty much where the mental mistake is. You know, we talk about asphalt, a lot of it's in the pit stops and the pit road where you've got to watch out for. But here, like what you just said, you've got to hit your mark slider lines. You do not want to get up there into any ruts or any walls or anything like that because it definitely can be a nightmare for you. Right now, John Hine, he's got a lot of company on his back end. He's got Templeton and Butterfield, those guys back there racing side by side. Your yellow flag. Jonathan Crumpa and maybe Zach Chapman jumped to the pits. We'll see here. Oh, yeah, Chapman, he got up in the wall, but he blinked out. And then Crumpa, I don't kind of know what happened to Crumpa. If he got scared.
I'm honestly kind of confused on the caution.
Well, you saw Chapman right there in front of him hanging off the wall, and then all of a sudden goes into the pits immediately. And then it looked like what you saw. Crumpa maybe thought going to come back down on the track, got into the wall a little bit there, but this gives another shot for Isaac up front. He's going, all right, got to get my composure back here. What's he got to do to get back around Brandy? I mean, he's not been in this position all night long.
He's got to time the green flag as good as he can. Whenever Joseph gets on the loud pedal, he needs to be on it 1 second before.
Okay.
It's all about the guesswork here on the restart. Depends on where they want to fire off. If you guess good, you're going to have a good run. If you don't guess any good, well, the leader is going to just have a big gap on you for a little bit.
Yep. Here we go, lining them up. Nose to tail. Big block action here. Green flag. Randy gets that jump. Isaacs, he's back there in the clutches of John Hine. Then you got Templeton right here, too, trying to see if he can't take that third place spot away.
Yeah, Grandy, good advantage right now over Salas. Salas still using that very, very high side up on the flat a little bit. And Joe, we might be having a caution. We do have a caution.
Got Brian Lawson in the back. Let's go to Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to him. Him and looks like Andrew Smith back here colliding. Yeah, he got the wall, and after a while, you're going to have to be like, old Smith just came in there and his car just did a tumble.
It fainted.
It did. Got tired.
It's like one of them fainting goats that just went, oop.
Yeah. I like them little things, man. I'll be watching them sometimes on the thing, and all of a sudden they'll just like fall over and their legs are sticking up in the air. So maybe his car decided he was gonna fake him out.
Oh boy.
All right, out front, Grandy Celis trying to do everything he can to maybe get around, take that spot back. Not been able to figure out any way to get it going.
Well, Grandy got a good jump over Salas the last time. Salas just needs to be on point of where he gets on the throttle, either at the same time or a hair before, while not running into the back end of Grandy at the same time.
Yeah, with you. There we go, getting set to go back green. Solid race here tonight. Coast to Coast Racing League here. Thursday Night Thunder, Gambler Motorsports bringing us to action here. We're live tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here on YouTube. Myself here, Joe White, OSR Network. Got Corey up here with me. We got the big block action about to set to go back green. Grandy, Celis, Hines, green flag, and boy, Hines under trouble. He got Templeton back on the back end.
Yeah, but good jump for Grandy. Templeton trying to gap himself from Butterfield. Butterfield in line now. Pomeroy and Spangler are the first ones, 2 by 2.
Yep. Pomeroy, Spangler back there. You said gonna hit it up door to door. And see Butterfield right in front of them. You got Dean Reynolds back there too. Let's look at our hard charger. So who would be the hard charger as of right now? Andy Shreves is up 5. And Reynolds is up 4. But looks like Shreves as of right now has got it by 1. But change. Oh yeah, we just got a car, man, went around. That was Jeffrey Kemper. Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to him. Woo. Oh, got the wall.
Oh yeah.
Everybody tried to woe up. Not happening.
Nathan Aldrich involved there. Bob D. Good. Aiden Young.
Okay. Not bad. We still got some Xfinity Series cars coming up here, folks. Out Atlanta. Atlanta style racing.
Yeah, if you like NASCAR.
I like NASCAR. I don't watch it like I used to. Politics nowadays, but yeah. We got Randy Shreves still holding on to that hard charger.
Well, the wreck happened right in front of Shreves and behind Dean Reynolds.
All right, let's go. Here we are. All right, Grandy. Celis. Does Celis got anything to maybe get around Grandy here?
Does Hine have anything for those two?
Yeah, that too.
Salas trying to guess where he gets a better start than the past 2 times. See if he's able to rail in Grandy. Top 2 pull away from Hine. And Hines is a little bit under pressure from Templeton. Not too bad.
Yeah, it kind of got spread out top 2 there. Hines sitting in 3rd. Templeton's hanging on right behind him. Butterfield's there. I think the biggest battle's happening here around about 5th and 6th.
Yes, it is. You got Butterfield on the middle groove. Pomerolo up top, Spangler right behind him, and you got Templeton in front. 4-car battle for a top 5.
Butterfield,
caution,
caution.
back out.
All right, Salty Dog caution. See on our Malcolm Mills replay. That's Nathan Aldridge. His night went from good to bad to worst here. So, Aiden Young got sideways and he just couldn't get woed up in time. Then he pops a wheelie for good measure.
Nathan Aldrich carrying the Malcolm Mills logo on his car.
Mills millwrighting.
And it does look like Nathan and Aiden both have decided to retire from the race after that incident.
All right. Does Grandy be able to hold on to it, or does Isaac put this thing up? All right, Grandy and Salas out front with Hine. At least Hine's not hit anything yet. A lot better off this time.
Oh, now we done jinx time.
I know,
here.
yeah.
If he hits a wall, we didn't do it. We didn't do it.
Well, we say that, and there's still 10 laps to go, so anything can happen here. Saving grace might be some of the cautions here. You just don't want to be that caution. Pace cars in. We're going green here. Thursday Night Thunder here. Big block action. Grandy, Sellas, Hine. Green flag. Boom. Grandy gets the run out there. Hine's, Templeton's been flirting right there to try to take that third place spot away.
Yes, he has Templeton using the bottom groove, trying to find speed, and another salty dog caution. Salas is in the wall as well.
Oh, wow. We saw it too. Oh, man. Let's see. Dallas went flying into the wall. Okay, well, the one we're watching here, Krumpa goes upside down, flipping. Dallas, though, let's go watch him because he kind of instantly went into the pits. So, man, talk about bad to worse. How did Salas get involved with this thing here? Does he have to avoid the wreck up front? Let's watch one more time here. Malcolm Mills replay. Second place man. Trouble. Find his way around the track. And no, he just caught the wall and then he just got pushed out of the arena. Wow. John Hines sitting over here going, phew, boy, did another one. I'm up to second.
So change of pace, your 358 winner out of the race. Running in second. Wow.
Huge.
Now, how can John handle guesswork on Grandy? That's the question as the pace car has pulled off. We're going to get to the green flag here. 10 to go, 9 to go, and we go green when they drop it.
Green, green, green.
One back green. Well, Grandy got a good shot out of the cannon. Hine right behind him. Templeton, though, he's hanging on the third. He's got Butterfield right behind him. 9 to go here tonight. We're in Lincoln. And battle's home for second. Templeton wants it.
Templeton utilizing the bottom. Butterfield up top in the tire tracks of Hine. Battle for third is heated up as Grandy is pulling away.
Yep. Grandy right now is loving what he's seeing in his back end. Says, y'all boys just battle it out. You got Hine right now going to the top side. Templeton's down on the low side. Butterfield's right here with them. Pomerleau. Top 5 machines. Hine high. Templeton's down low. Well, you see that run off the turn, man. Hine gets.
I imagine if Templeton can get a good run out of corner number 2, you will see the Kamikaze down in turn number 3. He's a little bit stronger than Hine 1 and 2. Now Templeton goes up top, has to get on the binders, not getting in the back of the Hine. Hine was grinding the wall.
Yep. It's Butterfield up there right on his back end. Now Templeton goes back down to that low side. I don't know if he goes up high, is he going to be able to get around Hine here? I think he's that'll be pretty much just riding in his tire track, so he's going to have to find a way to get around him. Hine right now holds on to that second place, but it's all Templeton there in third. Butterfield's trying to take it away.
Well, what's Templeton is doing is building up momentum in 1 and 2, and then trying to do the Kamikaze in 3. Now he's got Butterfield to his outside corner.
Ooh, this might be harsh here as Templeton might have that preferred lane as he goes up on that top side. If he can get on the outside of him, I think he might be able to pinch Templeton down low. That's what he's doing. Watch out, though. Here comes Pomerleau. He's getting into the mix. But it's only going to be a white flag one more time as they come around the last 2 turns.
If Grandy can get to the line here, it'll be over no matter what. Yes, he does. White flag in the air. And
Grandy's
Butterfield in the
third place
back
around.
of Templeton. Top 4 of your top 5 involved. 3 of them.
Wow.
Opens
That's
up
going
Spangler.
That's going to put Spangler. Grandy's going to win it. Hines in second, but Spangler's going to steal third here as whoo, I know race control is probably going to be back there talking about that one going, guys, really? Oh, man, going to be some mad dudes after this one. I tell you, what a finish to that one. Wow.
Wow.
Got a
What a
victory.
turn of events.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Heck yeah. Big blocks, definitely. And they're going to turn Roger Craig Gray up there, man, all the race control he's got to do here tonight. He's probably up there going, oh, exhausted. Wait, see, get a couple of these guys up here, get a word with them. But what a finish to that one. That was wow. All right. Let's bring the third place man down here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey there, Patrick. You got a copy on me?
Yep, gotcha.
Well, man, lucky break their last lap to pick up a podium for yourself. And you can talk us through it.
That's kind of insane. I felt bad, like a little bit before that. I got into the wall and then it stacked up a bunch of cars behind me. I was surprised caution didn't come out, and then white flag came out and I saw Templeton go around, and then I just went low and all 4 guys crashed on top. So just right place, right time. It was hard to get in rhythm out there with all the cautions, but hopefully we'll get to a bigger track next week and clean it up.
Well, like you said, good place, good time. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, just you and Joe for putting on the good broadcast. Roger for running the league. Train Wheels Racing got 2 podium spots there with Grandy winning it. Dad, uncle back home watching, and yeah.
There you have it, folks. Your third place driver, Patrick Spangler.
Absolutely, and just coming home in that third place spot tonight. Like you said, the seas parted. Well, this guy held on to second, John Hine, here tonight.
Hey, John, you got a copy on me?
I do.
Well, man, tough breaking the 358s earlier, but you pulled back strong. Second place here in the big blocks. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I had a VR issue in that heat race that kind of grayed out and came back real fast and really put us behind 8 ball in that 358 race. But this one here, I was about a 3rd place car, maybe a 4th place car, and track position here. This track is so hard to pass at. It's just luck of the draw, I suppose. We got a good spot and we're able to keep it tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. You got to have some luck around here. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Well, I do, but I want to hear Joe's voice.
What's going on, man?
Welcome back, man. I am so happy to hear your voice, bud. I've missed you, and I'm glad that you're back.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, with Hometown's Heroes last night was exciting racing. Tonight wasn't. We was talking about it earlier, and like what Corey just mentioned, Yeah, heartbreaking there, man, in the 358s, but you bounced it back here in these big blocks, man. So, gonna be in the Xfinity car?
No, I'm gonna be. I'll be in the trucks next Tuesday, and I chose to be back there a little bit, so I didn't run all the races, so I didn't get picked to be up in that class. But I probably will be eventually. But yeah, it's just good to have you back, Joe and Corey. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just Joe and I. We shared a lot of airtime together, and it's just good to see him back.
Oh, it's all good, man. Family reunion, like we said, you got.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, and everybody I like to thank is just everybody watching, my Gambler teammates, eSpeed TV, Cool Ray, OSR TV, the Cruise Shop, Roger, Preston, everybody that's behind the scenes, all our volunteers that kind of helped this whole deal go around. And like I said, just everybody watching. And I better thank my wife. That's always a good thing. Check that box, and that always lets me race another night or two.
There you have it, folks. Your second place driver, John Hine.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. Like you said, man, hanging on. John Hine, good guy there, hanging on tonight. But, well, this guy here, though, he was able to hang on to the top spot. Old Grandy, bring him down. Joseph, join the booth. Got a copy?
Nope. How you doing?
Well, man, I tell you what, you was able to hang on to that top spot there for a little bit. Isaac looked like he was going to be able to get you, but, you know, mishap, hits the wall. How was you feeling in that big block machine?
Yeah, it's not too often Isaac makes mistakes. It's usually him in front of me, and was trying to hold him off, and he made 2 mistakes in a race, which is very rare, but I'll take it. I'll take the win.
No doubt about it. Well, you look strong out there. Do you prefer the 358 or the big block?
Obviously, I love them both. 358 is obviously easier to drive.
I got you. Well, look, you definitely dominated in some sweet style here with that big block power. Gonna see you in the Xfinity car?
You will not. I only play in the dirt.
Hey, no doubt about it. But nothing wrong with that. Makes sandcastles all day long. Just put in victory lane. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, Catalytic Recovery, West End Towing, the guys over at Training Wheels Racing, my girlfriend Olivia for letting me do this. And I'd like to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and Coast to Coast, and everybody else that makes the league run.
There you go, winner tonight in the big blocks, man. That's Joseph Grandy. Well, Corey, we're going to swing it over here because now we got some Xfinity Series. So we go from the dirt to the asphalt side. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in just a few.
Before they go fast and start the power slide, we salute you with the big blocks 4 wide. The crowd-pounding, earth-shaking, window-rattling beast of the Northeast. It's the Big Block Butterfly Super Dirt Car Series.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, folks, here we go. Now we got our Thursday night Thunder, presented by Gambler Motorsports Xfinity Series. So we go from dirt to the asphalt, and it's like night and day, because when you talk about asphalt tracks changing as opposed to dirt tracks changing, to me, dirt tracks change a lot more than what an asphalt. I mean, asphalt, it's not going to rut up, it's not going to peel, it's not going to move. Might put some rubber down on it, but that's it. It's going to stay the same. Biggest thing with asphalt is heat in the track.
Yeah, definitely the heat. Not so much here. I mean, other asphalt tracks, but the heat is what makes a big difference on what lane you want to be in.
Yeah. Lane smoothness is the biggest thing about oval. We were just sitting here talking about road racing, and road racing in a nutshell, to me, is all about the technicality of one, getting around the track, your braking points, your turning points, gear, stuff like that. Oval, with a track like we are here tonight, especially with the repave here at Atlanta, it's essentially a mini super speedway. I think they're going to get spread out here on these cars if we get some green flag. But if they don't, then you're going to see these guys, man, hooked up for a while.
Yeah, this track has been turned into a super speedway. We're going to see something like a Talladega or a Daytona in these cars.
Yeah.
Maybe. I haven't seen a long run around this track, this new track.
What do you mean long run? What do you mean long run?
Okay, like over 50 laps.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 to be safe.
I'm with you. I think because as far as fuel goes, I think we're only sitting at about 5, maybe 70% tonight.
50%.
50. Okay, so I'm gonna go on a limb and say, since it's a 1.5 mile track here at Atlanta, maybe 25, 30 laps. Maybe.
I would cut it into half, 60 laps, go 30, pit,
That's
take
what I just said.
gas. Okay.
Well, I mean, but you just said it right there, and then if they, again, I'm not 100% sure how far 50% fuel will go if they can go 30 laps here, because I know we talk about, well, even 100% fuel at this track in real life, it might only be 60 laps, 70 laps.
I actually have no clue. I've not ran on this new configuration of Atlanta. They repaved it.
I think tires will be worse than what the fuel is, especially at 50%. I think your tire wear will be more of a concern than what the fuel.
Maybe not as bad as if it were old Atlanta. I mean, it's kind of like Daytona. You're gonna see a little bit of wear, but it ain't gonna be significant. Maybe very late race run.
I guess it all depends on too how like slick the track gets also.
Yeah, the air temperature, track temperature really makes a difference on tire wear. It's showing 93 degrees on the track. It winds northwest 11 mile an hour, so
it shouldn't be too bad. We're getting set to go green. Man out front, look at that. Bob Light. He's seen the light of day here as he puts it on pole tonight. Johnson's going to be the man there in second. Robinson up in third. That's your top three. We'll see who's able to make the passing, who's not making passing as qualifying's coming to a close. We're going to grid these bad boys up here.
25 of them.
That's right. Grid them up. Look and see what we got. Bob Light out front in it. Look through all this field here. Another guy to keep an eye on there, Aiden Young. Not the best of starting positions, but he's in 20th. Still can rumble through this field. Dustin Sargent, man back there in 25th. Like I've heard that name before.
Who?
Dustin Sargent. Anyways. Oh, Roger Craig out here too. He gonna try his hand at the asphalt side of things. Uh-oh. Don't talk about him too much. He'll get happy and hit something. Always get happy and start talking about it. Next thing I know, he's upside down or in a wall somewhere.
Was something cool. We're starting on the back stretch for pace lap. I can't say that I remember any NASCAR track starting you on the back stretch.
All right, Bob Light out front in this one. Johnson, Robinson.
A couple of these guys we just seen in the 358, or the big block modified, or both. Isaac Salas was supposed to grade up 6, might not be in the server.
Isaac, yeah, I've not seen him grading up yet. And nope, didn't make it. But he could start in the pits, and it actually looks like Roger, Richardson, Big Money, Sarge. Which Roger probably is just race control in this one. He's probably saying, all right, I'm going to grid out here because he's down there in that race control. He's probably just a race control. Let's know who your favorite drivers are. Quiet out there at night. I know Corey's scary and all, but you get used to him. Y'all to see his picture. I don't need anything scared away, man, outside. That thing in front door. Pace cars in. We going to the Mission 22 restart zone. Green flag. We're racing tonight. Lucy Olsen Green here. Bob Light out front. Robinson. And the one thing I always say, and I said this last night, is they look so slow compared to the dirt.
Yeah, for some reason, after watching big blocks, this Xfinity looks a little slow. I know they ain't up the speed all the way, but 166 does not look quick at all. Top 4 all strung out, single file. Now add in top 5 being single file. About back here to 7th where you see side-by-side race.
No. All right, Light out front. This one, Robinson there. Meglin. They're in third. Andrew Smith. If by single file, you got to go back to what, about 10th place where you get side-by-side racing.
Everybody's driving smart, long race, plays out like a super speedway, so no reason really to get super aggressive, burn off tires excessively. As honestly, if you save tires later on in the run, you're going to be able to freight train with somebody else that's been saving tires. As now we see Isaac Salas going a lap down. That's that orange car up on the high side. Throwing Salas in the wall.
Yeah, don't want to get in that wall. Everybody had to kind of jumbled up a little bit. They'll light the man out front. I'm watching around this about 8th place spot. That's where a lot of the action's going on.
That's Colin Johnston up top in the 13, black and green. John Mateo, and if I had to guess, same paint design, same logos. Just one's black, one's white.
Yeah.
I'd say they're teammates.
Yeah, so far, but look at this. It's heating up front here. Here comes Johnson to the outside. You got Meglin right there along with it. Side-by-side racing. Can the high lane get going?
This is what it's going to take, his teammates on the high side to get up here and start battling with Bob Blight, who's been at the front since the drop of the green 7 laps ago.
Well, you're going to be able to do it if you've got help too, like we talked about. Kind of more, you're going to need that draft help here. You see the top lane forming up. They're side by side. Light, Robinson, Johnson, Dayo and company. You got a slew up top. What about 6, 7, 8 cars up there? Again on the bottom. Looks like there's a wall there. Got to be able to punch through it.
Maybe once this tire cycle comes through, we'll see this high side building more momentum. They got about 8 of them up there. Oh my, there's a couple at the back. Get a little squirrely. That was Dwayne Simmons and Doyle Lawrence.
Oh, right here with old Cullen. Got his old thing up here talking about it. He got his picture on there. He's smiling. Could be smiling. It looks pretty good so far. Rumbling up on that high side. It's all light taking this one in. I talked about Aiden Young, but he's not been able to come through the field. I don't know if he's just waiting, maybe past that first pit stop or what. But just kind of biding his time in the back. Maybe like what a plate track would be. Like, you know what, I'm going to just ride back here in case there's a big one.
Wow, it's smart to do that. 60 laps, it's going to go by quick as we are already taking over to lap 10. Oh my, we got a car up in the wall. Preston Connor. No harm, no foul. Keeps it straight, but heavy damage on the right side for that car.
Preston.
Yeah, Kramer. Cranmer. I said Connor. The 07.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, Mike.
Trying to find what he's talking about.
His name's Mike, apparently on through SDK.
Okay, that's why I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here going, I do not see no Cranmer. Oh,
Okay.
Mike. Cranmer. Okay.
Good story.
That is actually Preston Cranmer, if I'm not mistaken, Dad.
It is.
So, there we go.
All right, there you go.
I knew who Preston was, and I'm sitting there going, I haven't seen Preston all night long, because I mentioned him earlier. Yeah.
Oh my, Joe, look at the front.
Three
John
wide.
Mayo, 3 wide.
Oh, Johnston. Well, got shuffled out of that one. Man, now he falls back. You got Krauser and then Lawrence right there with him. So I think right now just everybody's taking their time. Going to try to get past this first pit stop here cycle.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't even know when that'll be. Maybe lap 30. Could be lap 30. Could be lap 40. Who really knows? As we're lap 14 right now. Nobody seems to be too bad out of shape in terms of tires quite yet. They seem squiggling around a little bit, but that's the byproduct of a plate track.
Yeah, get wiggly with it. Light out front, Robinson there in second. Hagelin up in third, Kemper there in fourth, Aldridge in fifth. Ooh, don't get on that apron. You'll upset that car real quick. Big battle here. You got top side lane. You got Lawrence up there. Mateo Johnson's there with it. Got a few cars high. Freight train up and down low.
And Mateo up in the wall. Oh my.
Yeah, that car did some sort of jiggly wiggly and went up into the wall. I don't know what happened to it. Johnson, good heads up by him, didn't run him over.
So that sets the top lane back behind the 8-ball. They've dropped.
Johnson, he says, you know what, I'm going to go down low here, see if we can't make up some ground. And Mateo said, I'm going to come down with you. There's the Yoo-Hoo car behind him.
That's Terry Landis in the Yoo-Hoo 161.
Yoo-Hoo. That's a good drink.
I heard it's just water with chocolate mix.
I don't know what it is, but it's good.
I mean, I've had it a couple times.
Only a couple. Been deprived. Good stuff. Get a Tasmanian Devil right there on Chapman's machine. Chapman's hanging on there in 7th. He's up 11 spots, by the way.
Oh, wow.
He's been some hard charging moving here tonight. But the man who's in control, Bob Light, out front. Got a feeling some of the guys in the back here just kind of biding their time to that first caution. You know, no need to press the issue. That's one of the major difference between dirt and asphalt is you just sit back, relax, be kind of more methodical with what you need. You see the kind of second pack here. Aiden Young, not sure on how they lost the back end of Chapman though. About almost 4 seconds back.
Yeah, maybe by design, not sure.
If all 5 of them come in the pits at the same time, that would be a good strategy, I think. But yeah, they're going to have to. Trouble! We got a car around. It's a big one. Caution. Brandon Kenyon actually was just a product of this. Nowhere to go. Boom. Bang. Hammer. Who started it? Jeremy Tate, maybe? Well, no car in front. Actually, 8 machine. Tate again. No, it was Tate. Got sideways. Caught that apron. Or he got that thing loose. And then everybody behind him had to check up. And from there, just know where to go. You see him side by side behind him. Got in there. Oh, yeah, the apron. I mean, you just can't get down there. That apron is unforgiving. And he almost had it cleared. And the next thing you know, he's got a whole slew of cars coming down there to talk to him, and it destroys the front end of that machine.
Caught Mateo, Johnston involved, Doyle involved.
Well, the one thing this does, everybody's going to make their pit stops. The problem is, I got a feeling this is way early. Lap 22, they still, unless these cars can go about 35 laps, I don't think they can, but I don't know. I don't even know if anybody would tell me. Probably not. Right.
Let me see who.
Bob Light here.
Okay.
Bob, join the booth. Got a copy? Bob, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Well, you dominating the front of the field here. Got a question, and an interesting one, because I know y'all got 50% fuel. Can y'all make it all the way from here on fuel?
Man, I think it's probably going to take at least one more caution to do that, maybe two.
Okay, so it's close. Because me and Corey are trying to figure out 50 laps. Maybe you can go 30, 38. You're going to have to go about 38, 35 at this point. But man, it looks like you got the car out there. How's the track feeling for you?
Feels pretty good. It's nice to be up in clean air. I hope I can keep it up there for the rest of the race anyway.
Good luck out there, Bob.
All right, appreciate it.
Right, so we can get him back down there in his room and wrong room. Brother, eventually get him down there. There we go. Got him in his right room. Yes, did. Whew. Well, you heard it right there. One or two more cautions. So what that tells me is they're a solid 3-4 laps shy.
So good. Maybe it's definitely an under 30 lap field mileage. So 25 laps maybe. We made it to 20.
We're on lap 23. They're filled up now. He's talking about maybe two more cautions. And I always say a caution usually equals a solid lap, maybe lap and a half of green flag if you're saving, give or take. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to say I'm still going to stick to our 30 lap. But if this thing goes green the rest of the way, nobody's making it. Well, we definitely know that.
Yeah, no matter how you chop it, nobody's making it.
Oh, Gary out there says 27 laps.
Okay, 27 laps.
Okay, so that's close. All right, so they're going to need a solid. I'm going to go out on a limb. They really need about 3 more cautions, which we want to see it go green, but that would be really for somebody to not have to pit again to make it. So maybe green flag pit stops could come into play here as we go back green. Emission 22 restart here for the Lucy Olson green flag. Bob Light out there. Matthew Robinson starting in second. Everybody's got to get back in line. Like said, though, the one thing he mentioned, he likes that clean air outside. So maybe the dirty air will come into play.
Yeah, very well possible for dirty air to be a factor. And oh my, temper around.
Yeah, and I don't like calling out net code, but that was a huge one. It pretty much was plain and simple. He got hit by Casper the Ghost out there. Wow.
Then you see Mateo and Johnston both coming in and absolutely drilled.
Watch it one more time. I mean, you can see this looks like you hit a bump in the turn. All of a sudden, just he's riding up there. He's got a car length in between the car between him. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here, folks. Go ahead and say it. I hate to call him out. This is iRacing's fault here. I mean, right there. That's all. And I know the old argument. Well, this is the realest simulator in the world. It is the realest thing without spending a lot of money. But it ultimately right there still shows that it is a video game. And because they do not do that in real life. All of a sudden just wham.
Well,
there are things called netcode and latency and hit boxes, and that's what makes the virtual side still nowhere near realness. I know I just made all the guys in iRacing mad by saying it, but hey, proof hurts.
Yeah, Joe, didn't you know this is a simulator?
Yeah, but even iRacing says simulated game.
It's a simu game.
That's what it said. That's even what their thing says, their mission statement. And right there's kind of things that actually, it's a bummer. It happens. It's one of them connection things. It really is on an iRacing side of things, no more than anything. If you know anything about coding, and I'm no programmer or anything like that, obviously when you program these things, you've got to have a certain amount of where the contact or where the servers register contact if you get into another car, and sometimes it registers a little bit too far out, and we saw that right there, and that's where the net code comes into play a lot. But nonetheless, usually not fun when it happens to you. You're on the good end of it, you're like, yay. On the bad end of it, you're going, are you kidding?
I kind of think net code is being where you see in real life a driver takes the air off of the quarter of another driver and they just go around.
He wasn't. They were side by side. How you going to take the quarter off?
Okay.
You take the air off his door.
Good point.
Look, the other driver just stuck his hand out there and kind of just pushed his car out of the way.
Digger came back and
yeah, there you go. Digger, man. He put a gopher hole in the middle of the track and he hit it. There you go. Hey, you just didn't see it, man. He was really good. Oh boy. I mean, just bad though when you're the recipient of it. And Mateo and company out there obviously got involved. Puts us under caution here tonight. Salty Dog one there. Been a good night of racing here for Thursday Night Thunder. We had earlier the 358 modifieds. Then we had some big blocks. We're here on the asphalt. No, your eyeballs are not deceiving you. Go check out c2crl.com. All the action here. Getting to be about halfway. Now, this is the one caution, though, that remember Light said up there that they needed. So does this... I mean, I'm saying this should put them a lot closer to what they're needing. Gary, who you out there pulling for?
Green, green, green.
Go green. Lucy Olson, green flag. Been all Bob Light out front tonight, though.
yeah, and single file start for these guys. Something we ain't used to seeing on the asphalt side on iRacing.
Yeah. See Robinson right there trying to harass a little bit on the back end of Light. Still maybe a little early to try to press the issue as we're riding here with Landis. Got his Yoo-Hoo machine. There ain't no Yoo-Hoos while you out there racing those.
Now, the thing here is Matt Robinson is actually better off riding behind Bob Light than Bob Light being out front due to the pure fact that Matt can lift off the throttle.
Yeah. You see him get up there and get it because he's actually utilizing that draft a little bit like what you just said. So, I mean, you know, and we've said this like even in plate style racing. You get up there, you're able to save a lot of fuel by running behind somebody. And, Zealous and Lawson. Team Venom. Venom. Zealous right now not having the night he wants. He's in the pits. And so is Lawson, man. Look. Wait a minute, Lawson.
That's Doyle.
Lawrence. Lawson. Brian Lawson. Okay, he's back here 14th. Minding his own business. Kind of just riding. He might be one of them just kind of being, ooh, watch out. He's going to get in Napa know-how. He's going to get run over.
He almost got Tasmanian deviled there.
Did. Dad says, I need to get some parts. That's actually Chapman, who was up front earlier, about top 10. He's trying to get himself back up there in that top 10. Racy back there in the back, but we got a high lane forming up front. Terry Landis right there on the inside. Looks like Rouse on the outside trying to bring a high line to life.
Yeah, it's Neil Strausser on the high side in the blue 68, trying to bring Mike Cranmer with him.
Yep, right there. So are they going to be able to muster enough to get that high lane going?
Well, Landis dropped back off the back bumper of Matt Robinson, so it's going to help the high side if they can get back formed up here. Robinson is nice and smooth behind Bob Light.
Oh, he's going to fall back in behind him. Air Force One. Oh, he had to because lap car. Well, they came up on that lap car quick.
Yeah. Wow.
Whew. All right, so far so good. Good run. Guys up front. All Bob light out. Oh, car round though. Never mind. That's Landis involved.
Cars
The
in the air.
Oh, somebody took a bite out of the Yoo-Hoo
Sip out of the Yoo-Hoo.
line. Oh, Ish Canyon. Go back and look at the replay. Canyon was up high. Him and Landis got by the lap car fine. What happened to him here? Watching the Mills replay. Oh, the Yoo-Hoo man got up into him. Went up high from there. Boy, you got cars all over the place.
They're still wrecking.
Woo. There was no Yoo-Hooing about that one. All right, this is another caution that's going to help him.
So we needed at least 2. That's what Bob said. I'm more on the line, maybe 3 if you are Bob.
I think I'm with you. I would be safer with 3. I don't want to see another caution. I'd like to see it go green. But I think I'm with you on that one. In order to be safe that we don't pit. And then I'm still just not 100% confident. Let's ride with Bob here. Is he saving any fuel? I mean, looks like he's got it in a low gear, maybe 5th gear, 4th gear. Because he's down about 2,500 RPMs. So he's not clutching it, and he's not turning it off. Got it in probably 4th gear cruising. If I'm worried about fuel, I'd at least be popping the clutch. There he pops. There he actually turned it off. Pulled it back
He's
on.
listening to us.
Yeah, he turned it off. These cars, all you got to do is if you've got a clutch pedal on your setup, you can turn it off and then just pop the clutch and it'll turn right back on. Or, like me, that has this little fancy button box over here with a button and a switch and all that. You can flip the switch, hit the button. Flip the switch, hit the button.
That's what I do.
Yeah, because I took my clutch pedal off. I use paddles.
I still use the clutch pedal.
Because theoretically, NASCAR anymore really don't need a clutch. It's all sequential now. I mean, they have what they call, it's a clutch sequential style transmission. It's really, really technical. It's almost what GT3 cars have. GT3 cars do have clutches, but it's just basically once they pop the clutch to get going, they don't really hardly ever use the clutch much anymore.
Yeah. It's really only there to get rolling. Once they get rolling, they're good.
Yeah, yeah. And I see, well, the only reason I don't see, we're getting more to the technical side of what's happening. The only reason I don't see them going straight, which again, they could because there is a clutched style automatic that where you don't need a clutch pedal. But yet it doesn't work off a torque converter. It works off of dual friction clutches, so almost like a manual, but it is a sequential or paddle shift. I'm going to say eventually they're going to go that route. I don't know if NASCAR would, but that's more of what like your GT3E style cars use, Formula One, stuff like that. More technical side of transmissions in that end. Actually, some road cars, high-end road cars, like the Shelby GT500, uses close to that technology. So, yeah, I mean, it's coming over in a lot of the race tech coming over in real life cars. And give you a little heads up on what some of these guys do. And green flag here, the Mission 22 restarting. Boy, Ish Canyon did not get the start he wanted.
Well, that car's damaged from that wreck. Doesn't look like he elected to go down pit road. He was involved in the first caution, so trying to just stay out of the way of everybody here.
Yeah, because they're coming down this bad stretch, they should run him over. I mean, they should just run right by him. Again, you're going to have, I mean, this place is like a mini plate track. You got to have the aerodynamics on that car.
Yeah, and that kind of hurt the field here. Puts the top 4 all by their lonesome self out front.
Talk about Aiden Young. Remember, he was back there hanging out in the back. He's up to 8th place right now, up 12 spots. He's trying to get that 7th place spot away, but he is kind of stuck behind Ish Canyon. And he's hanging better than I thought he would out front. And I've said this a couple times. I don't get it as the cars in the back there almost got in the wall. It might have been Simmons and all, but I don't get it sometimes. On a plate track in real life, you got damage. Unless you're tucked up behind someone, you should be almost like a brick wall. But it seems like it doesn't work that way. As you can see right there, Ish Canyon's able to pull up on the back end of Strauss. And then even when he goes to the outside, he's still able to maintain some of that speed. So I don't know if it's an iRacing thing that they've not figured out the difference between, the aerodynamics, the effects of what damage would do, or this, Corey, it could just be more of a visual style damage and not really be hurting the car.
Yeah, it could be something on our end visually, but right now Ish Canyon is hanging in there. He's hanging in the top 5.
Yeah. Well, we know he hit something. We saw him hit it. So it obviously had to do some damage to the car somehow, but I've been amazed, and I know you've seen it, several times. We've got 21 to go here tonight. You've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it actually at Talladega Daytona, to really where you have to have aerodynamics, where a guy, hit his whole front end and his whole side be crumpled up some, but he's still as fast as the other ones, which he should not be. I mean, again, unless he's tucked up underneath someone, and then what happens is the air from the car in front of him basically runs over his car, and then it never hits the front hood as, oh, the 9! He knew how to spin, and he's gone. That is Cam Johnston. Is it? Nope, Johnston's Lawrence. Lawson? Wow. Spun him. Go back here. Malcolm Mills replay. The Valvoline car trying to sell Napa some oil. Didn't work out. Negotiations here, and like he might have clipped him in the back a little bit. Gave him a little bump going down the back stretch, and just can't keep bumping into turns. No. Normal work. What's his replay here? Yeah, he just shoves him coming out of the turn, and that's not a place to do it. I mean, you've heard me say it 100 times on the plate tracks. There's some places you just don't do bump drafting. That is going in the turn, through the turn, out of the turn, tri-ovals, until maybe the last lap, then it's fair game. But if you want to instantly wreck somebody, and I'm not saying intentionally, but if you instantly want to get somebody around, those are the places to do it. It can happen on the front and the back stretch too, sure. But most of the time it happens in those turns or tri-ovals.
Well, we got a couple of takers here.
If I'm in the back, Corey, if I'm like you just said, what we're seeing right here, yeah, if you're 13th on back, why not come in the pits? I mean, if you're unsure, and I would even go on a limb, I'm putting 4 tires on if I'm back there too, because tires, I know you said don't matter a lot, but look, everybody pitted at lap 21 up front. 10 lap difference, 15 lap difference tires. They got to make a difference at this track. I'm going to say that they should. Now, is it going to be the winning move? Maybe not. But could it possibly get you in the top 5? I'd say so.
Well, I'd say the tires at this rate might actually help more than I'm led to believe. And all these guys out front here are trying to save gas. They're rolling around on the bottom.
Yeah, and you brought that up, and I was about to say, and a lot of people, have asked this in the past, is why do they run the bottom? Well, in real life, they do it also. And it's more or less of where the fuel pickup is. The actual fuel pump on these cars are on the right side of the car, of the fuel tank. So it's actually on the passenger side in the back there of the fuel cell. Normally you'd see it kind of in the middle, but the pickup line is on that right side. So when they are going around at speed, gravity and physics, and this is where you got to be a physics major to understand all this, pushes the fuel up the track when they go into the turns and stuff. So it's pushing the fuel to the right side of the car. And that's just like I say, it's all about the gravity, physics, and blah, blah, blah. But when they're pacing around here, guess what? There is no pull. There is no gravity force or anything pushing that fuel. So the fuel lays down into the left side. Well, when you're getting low, that fuel pickup can't pick the fuel up. So they're getting down there on the flat part of the track to level out the car so that fuel goes back to the right side. And that's why you see these cars run around on the bottom of the track a lot of times under pace laps, is to get off of that big banking of these tracks and get that fuel pickup to pick up the fuel. Because, hey, you know, if these things start spitting and sputtering, it's I guess it still works the same way as we get back to our Mission 21 restart zone here. We're going back green with Lucy Olson, green flag. But real quick, these are fuel injected machines now, and if fuel don't get in them, firing these things back up is not as easy as it was with a carburetor where they just throw some carburetor starter back in it. These cars don't start back up as easy if they run them out of fuel.
Yeah, and if you're out at the front and you run out of gas, guess what? There's a whole heap of cars that might hit you.
Yes. Light has been doing an outstanding job out front. He's got Kramer there behind him. Getting a little dicey with 16 to go here. You've got Robinson hanging there in third. Strouser's on the outside, and then, whew, I'm not sure how Robinson did not see the aim high machine there, but he just came down and doored him. I mean, you can't give a man no more room than that right there. That's just, wow. That hurt Robinson's car. But I go back on to, even though that's a hard hit and visually hurt the car, I'm starting to wonder if it's just more visual than actually hurting the car, because he should not be able to, in real life, let's put it in terms of that, should not be able to stay up to speed on that top lane right there. And what these guys been trying to do, side draft or what? I don't know.
That ain't helping the damage on the left side of that car.
No. It's Canyon right there in fifth. I mean, I get it. The side draft, I don't think it plays as huge as it does maybe at Talladega and Daytona. Could be wrong. But I don't think it plays as much here. And that's what it looks like the guys are doing. I mean, bobbing and weaving a little bit as this Canyon's right there. I mean, again, you can't give him in his Canyon. Oh, I'm glad he had to back out of that, because he was right up underneath those Strauss.
Yeah, had to
Car
back
wall.
out of it. Oh no, caution.
Ow. Yeah, that was a 50 machine back there. Oh, then he gets destroyed by the Yoo-Hoo.
No, not the Yoo-Hoo.
I know. Let's go back on Malcolm Mills replay, because, man, I'm going to tell you what. Meglin, he hit the wall, flipped upside down hard. He's scooting it on the back stretch here. Stop. 72's right down there low. Pick a lane. Oh, he just got hit by Tasmanian, went up into the wall, spun it around. He had it good. And then just came back up on the track with Landis. And I know Landis is sitting there going, really?
Well, he wasn't.
Got to hold them brakes,
wasn't
man.
even
Got to hold
really
them
on.
brakes.
Lewis didn't really get on the track, but there he still nailed it.
Should have held the brakes a little bit better.
Okay. The brakes could have been held.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, at some point you got to be like, all right, I got to hold these brakes. I mean, not saying it might have stopped the car, but it probably would have slowed it down a lot more than spinning around like it did. But man, who's liking his caution so far? Old Bob Light, keeping him out front.
Keeping the fuel in it.
It is. I don't think he's going to. Now, we talked about was tires are going to be beneficial. Aiden Young's pretty much the first one with new fresh tires. He's up to 7th. The problem is he needs green flag runs. These cautions are not helping him any at all. He's able to get back up to 7th, so he did, get a few spots. His last lap, well, it won't tell us his last lap now because we're under caution, but we'll check and see what his last lap was. And I'm not sure why he would be wanting to save fuel, but unless he just put a very minimum amount of fuel. He did have a 19-second pit stop, though. Kind of a long pit stop. Yeah, he had a 19-second pit stop. 17-second for his Canyon, which he had damage. He had his, but the nearest guy to Young that pitted on lap 42 was Tate, who had a 16-second pit stop. So got some slow pit guys out here. 15, 16 seconds. I mean, they must have low drills.
Oh, they got to hit all 5 lug nuts, man.
They speed it up a little bit.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, 19 seconds. That's significantly longer than what a.
Well, maybe
pit
looking at
stop ought to be.
maybe looking at that 16 or 15. I'm used to seeing maybe 13, 14s. It's like maybe some of these guys got used to only hitting 1 lug. Now they slowed down on 5. It still amazes me too on how long it takes them to do 1 lug in the Cup Series. That thing should come on in a split second or so. But it seems like they're about as fast with it as they are with the others.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything about somebody told me something. Well, the tire's heavier.
The tire
is not that much heavier.
It's bigger.
But they only got to go on 1 spindle. It's like going on 1 little rod. Not like they got to hit all 5 little holes. Now, I could give it if the tire was a lot heavier and they still had to hit all 5. Line it up right. But all they got to do is get in 1 hole.
Okay, but the tire is bigger. So, there's your argument.
In other words, they got weaker.
I guess.
All right, lights off, pace car. Pace car's in. We're going to hit our Mission 22 restart zone. Fire them off here for the Lucy Olson green flag. Been Bob Light all night long. As he drops the hammer, we're back green. Kramer is going to try. Oh, Mike having a good run here tonight.
Yeah, up to 2nd now. Neil Strausser behind him. Matt Robinson up top, still holding on good with the damage he does have.
Aiden's going to need this thing to go green the rest of the way to utilize those new tires. You can already see, man, he's on the back bumper of Robinson right now. He just can't go anywhere. He can't go high, can't go low. Kind of stuck. He wants to see that outside go or see Robinson then get by. There, Robinson goes high. Lets him go. Well, that's going to help Aiden Young. And just watch the closing rate because he's able to put that car anywhere he wants. Robinson gets pushed up the track. Young right now has got to be the fastest man on the track.
That was Mark Gilbert, actually.
He is the fastest man on the track, by the way. 35.47 to an 35.88. He's almost 4/10 faster. Look out. You talked about the tires. I think here we're starting to see those new tires come into play.
Yeah, most definitely tires coming into play here. Aiden Young up to a podium right now. Has Robinson in the yellow car behind him.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time that Young's going to get up here battling for the lead. That last lap, Aiden ran a 31.45 to 31.58. So he's a solid little over a 10th faster than the leader. And I think it's just inevitable that Bob Light's a sitting duck, and there's just nothing he can do as long as it goes green. Here, as Young's just going to take this. I think that pit stop in the back, perfect design.
It's helping that he's getting a good push from Robinson. Robinson has to back out, not to overheat. You got to watch these temperatures in these cars.
Oh, you kidding?
Oh, God!
What?
What?
No! What in the world just happened? Wow. Now, you know what? We should see a virtual fight over this one. Because that...
The MMA simulator.
the second place car, third place machine right there. I don't know what he was thinking. But got into the back of Bob Light. Has not done anything all night long. That was just wow. This was Aiden's race to win, pretty much. Light probably knew it, but man, the 07 there, Mike Kramer getting into the back. I mean, he just hooked him. Just hooked him. Wow. Yeah.
And the bad part is they're teammates.
Yeah, down the back stretch, you've got to square up on him, and he wasn't square. You can see Cranmer goes to the outside. There's no way that bump draft right there just off the back and takes the leader and the outside car out. Oh, and then he gets involved with it too. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. Man.
See the 8 going around.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Are you kidding? Teammates wrong pushing at the wrong time.
Yeah. And I know Kramer's probably like, man, you got to be kidding me. But just what we say earlier, mental mistake. And just like that, boom. But that was your salty dog caution. Malcolm Mills replay it. I see that happen a lot in racing. The one who got the worst in that's got to be Aiden Young. Pretty much this was his race to lose. I think those new tires, he was going to win it. Robinson got through that. You see Light still in second. Cranmer's there going to hold on to third. Cranmer, though, has got his whole front end gone. I don't see how that car is going to maintain.
Yeah, Cranmer.
To me, that's going to be more of a detrimental to this restart, as it should be a green-white checkered restart here. As Canyon's there.
Now this might help Bob Light more than we're thinking here, because Matt Robinson, he ain't gonna have the car behind him to push.
No.
There ain't even a nose on that car.
But what I just feel bad. What a turn of events there, Aiden Young. And if Bob Light does pull this race off, I mean, pretty much, one, got to chalk it up to some luck. Two, I just got to chalk it up to luck. I mean, I don't know how he got his spot back. And actually, I don't know how Cranmer got the spot back, because usually he would get, wouldn't he get the EOL because that was caused by him? I don't know the rule books. Hey, look, I'm not race control, folks. Don't look at me on it. I would think those two cars would have to start in the back, along with Aiden, being involved in the wreck like they were. It's not like dirt where you sometimes can get your spot back. In asphalt racing, usually you start in the back if you're involved in the wreck. But nonetheless, we're going back. Mission 22 restart zone. Lucy Olson green flag, and Bob's on that outside. How much does that wing hurt him? How much does Robinson have? And then you got Cranmer right there. How much is that front nose going to kill him?
Well, I don't see Cranmer coming up here and helping push.
He can't. That car just won't go. I mean, even if he wanted to, I just don't see it. I mean, you're going to see everybody go to the outside. The car just has nothing. I think the car right now is Canyon. Might be the man who's got it because he's got help on the outside. I just don't think Light's got the car to hold on. We get that white flag, won't matter. Yeah. Oh, it's Canyon almost lost it. White flag. Well, they can dump each other now and it won't matter. Who's going to hang on to this one to the end here?
Zachary Chapman in the clean car on the outside of Ish Canyon down the backstretch.
And he pitted. Chapman pitted at flat 49. Didn't take tires though, but he did pit at 49, so he's got fuel. And be careful. Oh, he clips the nose down. Out of 4, here we go. To the line, they're beating and banging. It's going to be Chapman. Bob Light's going to hang on to 3rd, but Ish Canyon's going to come home in 2nd. Chapman's going to win this one, and Aiden Young actually able to fight back to 6th spot.
7.
Wow. Yeah, so.
But Zachary Chapman, 20 spots.
Woo, yeah, and Ish Canyon 15th. That's your hard charger there, the man winning, and a good one, but what a finish to this one here. Wow. Word in with some of these guys. Wild finish. That's some plate race. That's about plate racing, really. That's asphalt for you.
Atlanta Super Speedway.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
take that
in a nutshell.
Take that acronym as you will.
But it's been a good night tonight, though. We got our Thursday night thunder. A lot of thunder happening on the tracks here. Got Zach Chapman up here. Don't see. Second, 3rd place of Light and Canyon. I'll bring the winner down here anyways. Zach, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, fellas?
Well, here in this Extreme East BTV Victory Lane with you, and you have, I mean, right now, been able to, you pulled this thing off. What was going through your mind on this last lap?
Hey, I knew, well, first off, shout out to all my teammates, but especially Aiden. Tough one tonight. So he was probably going to win that one. And whenever we got the push and gun on the backstretch, he just ended up getting turned by the inside row. So it was tough for him. And I noticed, I think I was the only one out of the top 4 to make it through that unscathed with absolutely no damage. So I knew if I bided my time behind Preston on that restart, got around him, I knew I was going to be the car to beat.
No doubt. Like you said, it's just all about that positioning there at the end and getting through the field. Now, was you worried on the restart?
Truthfully, yeah, I was. When guys get damaged there, and don't pit and they're up towards the front, it's always sketchy. But it went a lot better than I thought it was gonna.
Yeah, you was able to pull it off here tonight. You got anybody you want to thank for the victory?
Yeah, first person thank Joe, man. Pleasure to have you back, dude. It's so great hearing your voice. It's you were missed badly in this league. A lot of us longtime guys really missed you. So glad to have you back. Shout out to my dad for sponsoring this thing this season. All my teammates at Gambler, my wife for letting me do this every night. Aiden for painting me a fast race car, and that's probably it.
There you go, winner tonight. Old Zach Chapman, man, put in the victory lane. Well, Corey, you got this man here, 3rd place, Bob Light, who had a fast car all night long, but just got caught up in that last caution.
Hey, Bob, you got a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, tough break there, getting involved in a late caution, but you led for most of the night. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was most of the race went pretty well. I was lucky to come out of that one little scrape there in 2nd, I guess. So I thought I was going to go around and end up at the back. So everything worked out okay.
Yeah, probably caught a good lucky break there with holding on to your spot. Was you worried about gas with all those cautions, or was you pretty good?
After that, the one right before the one that I was involved in, I think we were good to go unless there was a more than one green, white checkered. I think we were pretty good.
All right. Well, man, you got anybody like to thank for your good performance tonight?
Epsilon Sprint Wraps, RSN Trackside, and Slide Job Racing Network. All my teammates over at Epsilon, Jeremy, Jacob, and Preston. And then, of course, the Coast to Coast League. And then you guys for doing the broadcast. Appreciate it.
There you have it, folks. Your third place driver, Bob Light.
Absolutely, man. And he was able to see a good light tonight here coming home with third. This guy, Brandon Ish Canyon here, I mean, stealing out and hanging on to old second.
Hey there, Brandon. You got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you, boss.
Well, man, you got involved in an earlier wreck. Bow got involved in another wreck late on, but you were able to hold on to second. Talk us through it.
That was a challenge, man. It's a challenge. I was a little frustrated earlier, getting spun just so early in the race, man. It's frustrating. But just fighting back, knowing how the car drives. I've ran some officials this week, so knowing how the car drives and how you got to enter the corner a certain way, helped out tremendously. And I was actually kind of shocked that I had all that speed with the damage I had.
Yeah, we were shocked up here too with the damage. Not sure if it was the same on our end or your end, but you had a lot.
Oh no, I had damage. That's no doubt. That one restart where I dipped low, I told Aiden, I was like, "Hey, I'm dropping low. I'm pretty sure I'm damaged here." But as soon as I got up to speed, it was fine, man. It worked out, and I was good to go. And all right, cool. Well, let's just send it. And then I got in that position there, and I was able to fight for the front. And I was like, all right, we're gonna make it happen and make it work.
Well, you definitely made it work. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, man. Same as last night. Definitely got to thank Team Watson Racing Setups again. They give me the official setups during the week for the official races, the A Opens and stuff. Team Watson Racing Setups, Watt Spin 39, get 5% off. I believe that's still a thing. I also got to thank my brother for the wrap. I don't know if y'all recognize it or not, but it's a Kevin Grubb scheme, inspired by Kevin Grubb. He was a hometown boy for me growing up, and thank my brother for just being there and talking to me at the end. In the 25. Gotta thank Cullen for same thing, giving us the pitch strategy just for tonight, man. And thank y'all for broadcasting and coming on board. It's awesome to see. I think I've seen y'all broadcast before, so in the past and another week, so it's pretty cool to have y'all jump on board. And of course, you got to thank Roger and John Hine for the league.
There you have it, folks. Your second place driver, Brandon Ishcannon.
That's right, man, and definitely coming home in a good spot here. Well, hey, drama, excitement, fireworks. That's what the Thursday Night Thunder here is, and it definitely produced some awesome racing, awesome night. We started it out with the 358s, the big blocks, and then ended it here with the Xfinity Series. But hope everybody enjoyed it, myself included. It was an awesome night of racing. As always, for myself, everybody at Coast to Coast Racing League, have a good night.